Yeah. Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Enjoy English School!
Yo!
And today, it's November 12th. We're looking at pages 28 and 29 in our magazine, and our article today is No Prices Here.
这边你看到这个 No prices here， 这边不用标价，没有价钱，你看起来会觉得，到底是卖衣服的呢，还是什么地方呢 ？OK， 你看到中文标题就清楚了。他说价格任你开的暖心澳洲餐厅。如果说去一家餐厅，然后它价格任你开，你吃完之后觉得啊，我想付多少就付多少，这种餐厅应该会倒吧
You know, it's hard to say. There's a lot of research. Studies show that these restaurants can be successful, but it is difficult.
没错。所以如果今天开了一家暖心的餐厅，然后价格随便顾客来开的话，也许你有机会赚到钱，你有机会生存下去，但是里面一定有重重的难关要过。那到底今天这个主角是怎么样能够开这样的一个餐厅，又能怎么样在这个餐饮业都继续生存下去呢？我们赶快来看看今天的内容吧。
Let's take a look at our subtitle today. A restaurant in Australia lets you pay what you want. And this sounds a lot like our Chinese title.
很像，对不对？他说 A restaurant in Australia， 在澳洲的一家餐厅呢 ，lets you pay what you want， 让你想付多少就付多少。
This is an interesting idea. And I think before we talk about it, let's learn a little more and look at paragraph 1. Our first sentence says, Many people thought the Australian restaurant lentils as anything would fail.
OK， 所以一开始的话呢，一样，这个作者呢跟我的想法是一样的。如果说今天你让人家吃了很多，但是付很少，这样的情况下，那个餐厅很快就倒了吧？所以在第一句话就问到说 ，Many people thought， 很多人都这么认为，因为他用过去式是 thought， 代表是现在可能不这么认为了，对不对？以为的意思。很多人以为说 The Australian restaurant lentils at anything would fail， 很多人都以为这家餐厅 lentils as anything 这家餐厅的名字就叫 lentils as anything， 它会倒店。
All right, pick up your pen and get ready to draw a plus and a minus. 一个加还有一个减。After all, its meals had no prices.
好，所以接下来他这句话讲说 After all， 毕竟呢 its meals had no prices。好，它每一个这个餐点是没有标价的嘛。
So this sentence really just means, after all, its meals didn't have prices. Now, 我们说 didn't 就是你的那个否定的部分 and then have prices. 我们有一个那个 base form verb 不要过去式，对不对？ But 这个表达比较不一样，这就是还是否定，对不对？ Its meals had 这边是肯定 no prices. 如果你要用这个 no prices 的这个文法，你要确定你动词前面 you need to use a past tense verb or some kind of affirmative 肯定动词在这边。
没错，在这边的话 its meal had no prices。如果你要用到 no 的话，因为这边是否定的，那前面的话是 had no prices。很多时候你有听那个黑人讲话的时候，他们有时候会用 double negative 来表达 no 的概念，其实事实上那不是一个非常正式的用法。
That's very colloquial 很口语 You will hear it a lot. And honestly, 因为我长大在比较贫穷的一个地方 I grew up using a lot of those. And as a teacher, I can't use them, although sometimes I still do. 如果我就是跟另外一个外国人就是很讲一下，
对，有的时候他们会在口语的时候会用到，有的时候你会听到他们讲 I don't have nothing， 但事实上应该是讲 I don't have anything 是正的，那个 don't 的话是否的，但是这边的话 I have nothing。或者是 I don't have anything， 这样讲法是比较 OK 的。
People were free to pay as much or as little as they wanted.
好，接下来这句话讲到说 People were free to pay as much or as little as they wanted。这边的话特别注意一下。Little 的意思指的是少， 好，你要多付也可以，要少付也可以，随你高兴，随喜付费那种感觉。所以在这边 people were free to pay 代表他们有任何的自由去做，要付多也行，要付少也可以。
Don't say they were free to pay as many or as few as they wanted. 为什么不可以用 many or few? Because money is uncountable, 对不对？ So 我这边我写下来 money 就是不可数，然后我写 many few 我就擦掉。
Yeah.
You can write those down too.
没错，所以在这边的话，把 money 圈起来，然后上面写一个 uncountable UC 代表不可数，然后呢，在这个 as much 的上面写上一个 many 来打个叉叉，然后呢，在 little 上面写上一个 few 打一个叉叉，好，就代表说哦，原来可数的我们会用这个 many 跟 few， 但是这个地方因为 money 不可数，所以我们要用 much 跟 little 来表达。
As it turned out, or in the end, however, the restaurant did survive, and it has even opened more locations.
好，接下来这句话就告诉你了。As it turned out， 意思就是到头来结果是这个样子的。有的时候你有机会会听到这种说法，叫 It turned out that， 然后后面接一个子句，都是在表达最后告诉你情况居然是这样，有一点说跟你之前想的不太一样，但结果居然是这个样子哦。他说 However, the restaurant did survive， 它真的存活下来了。And it has even opened more locations. 不只是存活下来了，而且还开分店了呢。可见它做得很好。
So this is a stressed meaning. 我加强那个意思在这边。The restaurant did survive. 不是 the restaurant survived， 就比较平常。这边是嘿，事实上不是倒闭了，他没有关门了。他们成功了。They did survive. So 我们用这个 did， 然后你用 base form verb。
这个地方很重要。这个 did 其实指的是 really 的，就是真的居然活下来了。因为有出现这个助动词，所以后面呢使用那个 root verb 原形动词来表达。
All right, let's get ready for paragraph 2. Welcome back to Enjoy English School and our story on the No Prices Here restaurant, Lentils as Anything. Let's look at paragraph 2. Why did Lentils as Anything adopt the pay what you can business model?
OK， 所以在这边他提到说了 ，Why did Lentils as Anything 这家餐厅 adopt 采用了 the pay what you can business model？ 我们先把这个 pay what you can 先把它遮起来，它就是 the business model， 就是这种商业的模式。OK， 那什么商业模式呢 ？Pay what you can， 付你付得起的价格。
I really like the English we have here. And in fact,我不会骗你, I like our English better than their own website. 在他们自己的网站, they say, pay what you feel. 但是我们这边说 pay what you can, and it's different. 这差一个字, but 那个意思不一样. When you pay what you feel, hey, 你要付多少? 我不要付了, 好不好? 对不对? You pay what you feel, pay what you want. But when we say pay what you can, 我们问你, hey, 如果你可以付的比较多的话，你要不要支持别人？对不对？ I really like this change in thinking. 不是 I don't feel like paying, I can pay, so I should pay. It makes you feel a little more responsible, I think.
那我觉得这个地方老师提到说，在他们自己的这个 Lentils as Anything 的网站上面，它是写 Pay as you feel。这个用 feel 的话，老师觉得说，在我们这个文章里头用 pay what you can 比较好。原因是因为，如果你今天讲 pay what you feel as you feel 的话，感觉像是，我觉得这个餐，算它这样100好了，就变成是你不是想到说，我觉得这个餐怎么样。而是说，今天你今天如果讲 pay what you can 的话，会给人觉得，我是比较有能力的，我可以多付一点呢。他会想到你的责任，他想到说，我多付一点，其他贫穷人可以少付一点，这样餐厅还可以继续活下去。他会想到觉得我负担得起就多付，而不是像网站上讲 pay what you feel， 你一直想说这个我要付多少钱，那个我要付多少钱，而不是想到自己应该有的社会责任。
I like this idea. Pay what you can. Good. The founder, Shanaka Fernando, is originally from Sri Lanka.
OK， 接下来告诉你了，这家餐厅的这个创办人呢，就是 Shanaka Fernando。
Shanaka, thank you. I mispronounced that.
Shanaka Fernando 这位人士呢 is originally from Sri Lanka， 他是来自斯里兰卡的人。
While he was growing up, his family always had plenty to eat.
OK， 在他年轻的时候，在小的时候呢，慢慢长大的过程当中，他的家里呢 always had plenty to eat， 真的是不虞匮乏，想吃什么都有什么。
So we have was growing up. 这个是你的过去进行式 right? So we need another time after this. And it says, but just down the street from his home, people were starving.
好，接下来你可以看到一个对比感觉嘛，对不对？好 ，while 它上一句话是 while， 你可以想到一件事情是 while 往往是比较两件事情的。他告诉你 while he was growing up， 他在成长的过程当中呢，家里不虞匮乏，想吃什么就有什么。但是你看 ，but just down the street from his home。第二件事情来了，什么事情呢？就是在他家不远的地方，怎么样 ？People were starving。想想看，你自己在家里都吃得饱饱的，可是你一出了家门之后，发现到，哎，身边的邻居啊，什么可能都饿肚子。其实你看了也是会于心不忍的吧
So the phrase down the street is 100% the same as up the street. Some people say down the street. I like to say up the street. 他们没有差。
所以说 up to your street。
不是 up to
up
the street down the street
up the street down the street 都是指在家附近的意思。那 down the street 的话，在附近里头你会看到很多饿肚子的人。
如果你说 up to your street 的话，就是你到你的街，然后你做什么？你没有走路在你住的那一条线，那一条路。But up to your street 是到那个地方。
没错。
Okay, so our next line says he wanted to create a place where people from different backgrounds could share a meal together.
所以呢，因为这样的成长背景 ，he wanted to create a place， 好，他希望能够创造出一个环境 ，where 这个地方，请帮我把这个 where 圈起来了。这个 where 就是 in the place， 在这个地方呢 ，people from different backgrounds， 来自不同地方、不同背景的人。Could share a meal together， 可以一起享受一顿美食。所以也就是说，今天不管你是穷或是富有，那基本上你到这家餐厅里头来，你都可以吃得饱饱的，吃到你很舒服的感觉，然后大家都可以彼此有机会看到彼此。他创造出这样的一个环境，这样的氛围。
So these adjective clause sentences Anthony talked about, they give you more information about your noun. So 就是什么地方，就是这个地方 where people can sit together. What did I want to say here? I wanted to say I hate sitting with other people at restaurants.
啊？为什么？
I hate sitting with, like, if you're sitting with friends is fine, but Taiwan is a smaller place. 因为我是美国人，对不对？ And America is a big place, so 你没办法，你从来都不会这样子跟就是你不认识这个人坐在一起。I don't like doing that. But 我住台湾，对不对？ So I have to do what Taiwanese do. Right?
Okay.
It's when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Right.
I'm not in America, so sometimes I sit with people I don't know. I don't say anything, but inside, I'm like, oh. I hate doing it.
没错，然后刚刚提到说这个入境随俗哦，所以说变成是到了台湾这边的话，大家有时候会在跟不同的人做同桌嘛。Do people stare at you sometimes?
Yes, people, but 这个不是这样子的话 I just feel it's weird. 我昨天晚上我就这样子 I went to Taiwan buffet. I needed a little food. I was a little hungry. So I got a snack, but there was nowhere to sit. But there's like this one abe, and so I just sat with the abe and just ate some food and left. But I just like 我没说什么吧 I was like, oh.
对，就是很不习惯说跟人家不认识的人做同桌，然后一起吃饭，即便彼此都没有讲到话，但是心里头还是在尖叫这样。
那个 Taiwan buffet 不是 pay what you can.
Okay.
All right, our next line says, today all kinds of people dine at lentils at anything, including tourists and local people who are in need.
好，接下来我们看这一段的第一句话，他说 Today, all kinds of people dine at lentils as anything. 好，各式各样的人呢，时至今日，他们都在这家餐厅 lentils at anything 用餐，其中包括了 including tourists and local people. 好，不管是观光客或者是当地人，他们都在这个地方用餐。Who are in need， 就是 local people who are in need， 就是代表他们当地比较贫穷的人也会在这边吃东西，有机会跟观光客呢在同一个地方吃饭。
So 这个 dine, this is long I. Dine 当然跟 dinner 有关系 but remember D-I-N-N-E-R 有那个短 I, it 这边是长 I dine. And let's also look at the word in need. Honestly, in need just means poor, P-O-O-R. 但是那个 poor, it feels really bad to say I am poor. Americans really don't want to say this. So a lot of times we'll say people who are in need. 要多很多个单词 but it doesn't feel so bad.
即便是有需求的人，有的时候你会在捷运上也会听到 Please yield your seat to those in need.
Oh, very nice.
这个时候就是变成有需求的人，请让位给他。所以 people who are in need 那种感觉就觉得说有需求，没有那么明确讲述他很穷或者他有怎么样，所以在这边的话听起来会比较好。
Even the staff is diverse.
OK， 他这边说 even the staff is diverse， 这边要特别注意一下 the staff 它是一个collective noun 集合名词，所以它的就等于是即便你知道这个 staff 是工作人员，很多很多人，好人好多，应该用复数，对不对？不是，因为你把它当成一个整体的时候，它会把它当成单数来处理，所以你会说 the staff is diverse， 所以这个地方请特别帮我把这个 is 给圈起来。好，它是因为 staff 集合名词。那如果你今天要讲到说一个员工，我在这边看到一个员工，你在这个 staff 后面要加上一个名词叫做 staff member。One staff member， 这样才能变成可数的用法哦。
Very nice. And diverse also it's an important word to know if you go to America or Canada or England because there are a lot of people that are different colors, they have different cultures, and so we want to have places that welcome everybody. So you will hear this word, something is diverse, or we care about diversity. That's the noun form here.
没错，这个 diversity， 你有两种可能听到不同的念法哦，都是指多元性。所以说，在美国这种非常大文化非常非常多，许多各种不同的人种在一起生活这种情况下呢，你常常会听到 diversity 或是 diversity， 就强调这个多元性。事实上，之前在这个考试的时候，还有提到什么生物多样性。97年的指考，它考到 biodiversity， 好，这个字的话也是跟这个 diversity 这个字衍生出来的。
The homeless, refugees, and others are all given a chance to learn job skills by working at the restaurant.
哇，真是太暖心了！你看这句话，他说哦 ，the homeless 好无家可归的人 ，refugees 好或是难民 ，and others are all given a chance to learn job skills， 都有机会去学习一个技能。比方说，今天如果你是街友啦，或者是难民，你根本到了一个新地方，你没有任何的生存经验，搞不好语言障碍都是个问题，对不对？可是你有一个机会在这样的餐厅里头学习一些工作技能之后，你可以养活自己，养活家人。好 ，by working at the restaurant， 所以它真的是一个非常暖心的一个餐厅。
The homeless is also another collective noun, just like the staff.
The homeless， 老实说也像是那个 the staff 一样，是一个集合名词，就是泛指无家可归的人。
Let's take a quick break. Welcome back to Enjoy English School and our story on lentils as anything. Let's begin our final paragraph. Lentils as anything also strives to have a positive impact on the environment.
好，接下来我们看这句话喽。他提到说 ，lentils as anything also strives to do something。如果你先看到 strives to 怎样怎样，就是很努力的 is trying hard to do something 一样的意思。To have a positive impact on， 这边就要帮我把 on 圈起来。如果你提到 impact 这个字的时候 ，we say have an impact on something， 这个很多人会不小心写成 to 啊什么，但这边记得 have an impact on，have an impact on， 你要习惯听到那个 don 的声音，因为这个 t 连到这个 on， 听久了之后，你自然而然就会记得说，哦，后面介系词要用 on， 所以说 have a positive impact on something 就是有一个正面的影响力，在什么事情上呢 ？On the environment， 在环境这件事情上面，它也希望能够有正面的影响效果。
I remember when we talked about the Iceland Airways Festival, we also talked about to aim to do something. That also means to strive to do something. We want to do something that's a little difficult.
没错，所以说今天如果你要去做到的事情是比较有困难的，然后你要很努力才能完成的，我们可以使用这边的 strive to do something， 或者是之前我们在提到冰岛电波音乐季的时候，也可以使用 aim A-I-M。 好 ，aim 本来指的是目标，当动词使用 aim to do something 也是去试着去完成一个比较困难的目标。
Our next sentence says, only vegetarian dishes like their famous lentil burger are served.
OK， 他这边说 only vegetarian dishes。好，在这家餐厅里面只有怎么样？只有这些素食的这种餐点可以选择，像是 like their famous lentil burger， 像是他们的扁豆汉堡这样的东西 are served， 意思就是指说，在这个餐厅里面，像他们扁豆汉堡啊。这种素食的餐点，所有的餐点都是素食的，这样也是对环境负起了应有的责任。
Plus, much of the produce is fresh and comes from local farms.
好，除了这个之外呢 ，plus 就是 in addition 的意思。除此之外 ，much of the produce 指的意思呢，要特别注意喽。这个字呢，它的念法是 produce， 当名词使用的时候，它指的是农产品。当然，你有机会看到这个字，它会念成 produce， 这时候是动词，代表制造。OK， 所以这边的话 ，much of the produce 就是大部分他们的农产品呢 is fresh， 很新鲜 ，and comes from local farms， 而且呢是这些农产品是来自于当地的这些这种 farms， 这些农庄啊等等，他们就会来这个买这些农产品。
Fernando hopes these actions will make a difference to the world.
好，最后这句话就说了 ，Fernando 也就是 the founder of this restaurant hopes these actions 这些做法 action 加了 s 之后指的是具体的一件一件做的事情。平常如果说看到 action 这个字的时候，多半是行动，比方说 take action。如果说今天你碰到 action 加 s 之后是具体的作为，好，在这里的话不太一样。他希望做的这些事情呢 ，will make a difference to the world， 能够呢帮这个世界好，能够翻转，能够让世界变得更好。You can say make a difference to the world.
Let's get ready for vocabulary review. All right, vocabulary review number 1, to strive to do something.
就是努力去完成后面的目标。
Number 2, to have an impact on something.
对后面这东西产生一些影响。
Now, today is the end of day 1, but we'll be back tomorrow with day 2 with more on lentils as anything. For Enjoy English School, I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
第28页专题特写，价格任你开的澳洲暖心餐厅。
No prices here. Many people thought the Australian restaurant Lentils as Anything would fail. After all, its meals had no prices. People were free to pay as much or as little as they wanted. As it turned out, however, the restaurant did survive, and it has even opened more locations. Why did Lentils as Anything adopt the pay-what-you-can business model? The founder, Shanaka Fernando, is originally from Sri Lanka. While he was growing up, his family always had plenty to eat. But just down the street from his home, people were starving. He wanted to create a place where people from different backgrounds could share a meal together. Today, all kinds of people dine at Lentils as Anything, including tourists and local people who are in need. Even the staff is diverse. The homeless, refugees, and others are all given a chance to learn job skills by working at the restaurant. Lentils as Anything also strives to have a positive impact on the environment. Only vegetarian dishes, like their famous lentil burger, are served. Plus, much of the produce is fresh and comes from local farms. Fernando hopes these actions will make a difference to the world.